Here is Barkley, left side, big hole. Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley! Goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47.
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap. Moss the block. Burrow going deep. He's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase.
LeBron leaked out. They didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in. Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer. 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three.
Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Oh, hit, throw. Oh, come on. Justin Jefferson. You got to be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three. It's good! Anthony Edwards once again. Edwards electricity here in game 4.
Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30.
Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore. Is it Francis? Giannis says no. Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside. At both ends.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the Sharp Side. As always, we will recap yesterday. First 3-2 day for us yesterday on the straights. Donovan Mitchell missed. Tyrese Maxey missed. Joel Embiid undercashed. Kobe White undercashed. And Zion Williamson right up. All three of those cashed. 1 second here. This is not a good time for this to happen. Well, let's try this. Okay, I think I just needed to log in. Give me 1 second to get props.cash up here today. Okay, we are live. We are all good. Little hiccup there, but we are all good to get into today's slate. We will go here. We'll go to the comments. Ms. Herway, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you for the likes and the retweets. Shorty, I appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate you for the likes and the retweets. And trying to rob FanDuel. Appreciate all y'all tapped in early on a Saturday. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the retweets. Let's go dark mode here. Chalk Exchange is in the building. Chalk Exchange, good morning. Good morning. How are we?
Good morning. Happy to make it on Saturday.
Yes, happy to have you. Happy to have you. Profitable day for me yesterday. How'd yesterday go for you?
Let's check the actual numbers here. I did skim out with a little bit of profit. And,
that's how I was. It wasn't a massive day, but we got a little bit of profit. Good morning. Good morning, Kay.
I went up 0.94 units. Up about 4 units on the last 3 days and closing in on 30 units on the month.
Nice.
January,
very similar days for us yesterday. And you know what? A little bit of profit's better than any kind of loss, right?
That's it. Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game. Obviously lost the parlay on the timeline because of Donovan Mitchell, but
right, you got me too.
Hindsight there, should have really looked into Jalen Tyson a little bit more.
Donovan's assists even.
Donovan's assist. Yeah, I think that was more of an oversight on us. I'm not one to blame the player,
right?
Especially if they don't have the opportunity for shots. Like if you went, 4 for 21, and maybe we'd be talking about him a little differently today. But I think that was more of an oversight on my part. So I'm ready to get back into it today. I actually had to get in the lines early when they dropped this morning. So you know why. You posted why. but we all had to be there for that number that we won't see closer to the tip off around 5 o'clock.
Yep, Clay was a great snipe this morning. I think I mean, it wasn't like super early when I got that, maybe 9 o'clock, maybe, it wasn't super early. I will go ahead and add all of my plays up. I do have a very cheeky ladder spot today. Let's start in the Utah-Dallas game. Do you have anything as we kind of approach the early game besides obviously Clay's threes?
Let's pull up the injury report because I know some things are starting to leak out. So let's start there.
Gafford, Flag, Christie on the Dallas side. Flag doubtful, I want to say, right?
Flag was doubtful, and PJ Washington was listed out for personal reasons. And then you have Laurie out for Utah.
Yep.
Are we going to tie up money in Nurkic again, given the way that he's been just sitting out games? There's been speculation that he's involved in a trade. So I don't know if they're protecting him, but he's not listed on the injury report the last 2 days, and he hasn't been going.
Well, when he does play, he still played 30 minutes.
Right.
Love
Last time he
rebounds.
played was the 12th, though. That's 5 days. Given their injuries that they have, it's worth speculating something's going on there. With that being said, if he does play, I love him in this spot. I like his PRA a lot.
Yeah, no, Nurkic makes a lot of sense. I think even double-double, there's some value there.
I will say personally on the DGen side of things and things I try to keep to myself when I'm not on stream, I hit Nurkic triple-double 40-1
Already? Yeah, I don't think it's a bad play, but, bro, there's a lot of upside there if he does go. And if he doesn't go, it's just a void.
I've been chasing it for weeks.
I've heard you talk about it. All right, so yeah, I've got one official, and it's crazy how much this has moved. One official in this game, I should say. Here, let me see. How do I just bring the people full screen? There we go. Clay over 2.5 threes. I got it minus 125 this morning. I mean, it was like 130 across the board. It was not crazy juiced.
It's minus 230 now.
Yeah, bro. It's secrets out. I mean, this is what it is. I still like it at 3+, but since I should have laddered this up to about 5 this morning, mad I didn't. But now that opportunity's gone and I'm not going to chase, I think market's catching up to closer to fair prices. Although I do think 3.5 at plus money is still a little too generous, but this line was like plus 200 this morning, so I'm not playing it at plus 06.
It's one of those things where you had to be there, unfortunately.
Yep, should have laddered it there. Not mad at the Nurkic stuff. Keontae George really struggled in this matchup last game. Don't really have any Keontae George thoughts. I do see a Collier request.
Yeah, if Nurkic doesn't play, I love Collier's assists. He just went for 10 net points, 12 assists.
12 versus Dallas. Yeah. Miss Herway, I do like it, but let's wait on the Nurkic stuff. He's not even on the report, right? But he hasn't been and still isn't playing.
Is she looking for assists?
Assists specifically, yeah.
So just take out Laurie. Leave Nurkic in and take out Laurie. You've got to play it up to 10.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter about Laurie. And this game should be competitive, especially no flag.
It's averaging 8.8 without Laurie and Nurkic. 8.4 without Laurie. Where's minutes at? Kind of up and down.
28.
Yeah, I'll give him like 29 minutes tonight.
That's what he played last night in the 22-point blowout, or 2 nights ago. Same matchup.
Yeah, the Jazz are one of those teams where they're blowout proof. We talked about them. I mean, they are what they are, so they just play their guys. I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, I like this. Might be also another cheeky assist ladder, honestly. I do lean over there, Miss Herb. I do absolutely lean over Isaiah Collier. He was a money printer for me last year, bro. I thought he was going to play a big role this year. Came in hurt and then just lost his rotation. Looked like he's getting it back though. Lean over there. Najee Marshall points. This is already bumped this morning. This was 19.5. It's a very small sample, but like without flag over in 2 of 2, 23, 22 points. Think AD missed both of those games, which he's out tonight. Utah, bad defense. I lean over, but we're playing the highest Naj line we're ever gonna see. So yeah, I don't know. I can't get there on the Najee stuff. Maybe like an assist line. Not at the price. PAs. I lean over Najee, but I don't love it. I really don't love it. So yeah, I'm gonna move on from that game. That's all I have. Boston versus Atlanta.
Well, before you do that, can I propose a little ladder on the DGen side? Ace Bailey points. 15 plus is plus 118, and 20 plus is plus 390. So without flag there, I don't really think they have anybody guard him. His shot volume was indicative of somebody that is more and more featured. I know this is the time where it gets a little messy in the NBA, but a pure scorer out of college, a high draft pick, and Laurie out, I think they're going to try to see what Ace has in that capacity. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for 20 today at plus 390.
Okay. Nice little DGen ladder spot. Not mad at it. When you're betting a rookie, there's usually not prior data to go off of. So kind of vibes and volume, right?
That's it.
Not mad at it. Also, like I said, the Collier assist ladder without Nurkic might be interesting as well. Moving on to Boston, Atlanta, unpopular pick. Jalen Johnson under his points and assists.
I love that.
Take out the 2 Washington games. These were as an opponent. 29, 19, and 18 in the 3 with McCollum. I've kind of spoke on this already. I think we need to kind of like reevaluate Jalen Johnson and realize he probably went on a great run, and he's a good player, not a great player. 18, 7, and 5 is still a really good NBA player, right? Especially for his age and the potential for upside. So I still think this number is just inflated because he went on an incredible run versus some good defenses, but also versus the East where there's a lot of bad defenses. Atlanta plays with a pace that benefits what your stats look like. So yeah, Jalen Johnson, this line's just too high for me. I projected it about 2.5 points lower. Jalen Johnson unders PAs. My only play officially in this one, I will say I like McCollum's over, but we know Boston's pace is very slow. And I do like Nickeil Alexander-Walker over points. Those are leans. What are your thoughts in this Atlanta game?
I want to keep riding McCollum. Pause until he lets me down. He hasn't let me down. Playing with house money here last couple of games he's been on the Hawks, so I will take his points. I thought it was going to open at 18.5, closer to 19, but I'll take the 17.5 and I'll make him let me down. The threes haven't been falling for him, and he's taken 14 in his 2 games with the Hawks. I think his threes fall today. So if you don't like the points, I would pivot over to the threes over 1.5 as a parlay piece.
27th versus catch and shoot, 29th versus above the break scoring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the same reason that you would like Null too.
Uh-huh.
Do we have any Dyson Daniels in this game? And are we talking about Jaylen Brown?
If Dyson Daniels plays, I'll play Jaylen Brown's under.
Okay.
If he doesn't play, I'll probably just be a no play for me with a lean to the under. I do like CJ's volume.
I was looking to get involved on Jaylen Brown's rebounds, but the line of 6.5 that's been floating there for the last couple of weeks is no longer. It's 7.5 now. So I think I'm off the 7.5. Would have loved it at 6.5.
I'm staying completely off and null. What about Onyeka? I'm pretty sure shooting bigs cooked the shit out of Boston, right? The
He
most
took
points
15
allowed.
threes this last game. That's a great look. Yeah. Who's popping out there?
Queta or whatever the fuck his name is.
Luka Garza's not.
Yeah. Nemus or whatever isn't going to do it well either.
You know what? Onyeka's points and rebounds are kind of speaking to me a little bit right now.
Yeah, I could get behind a PR line.
This is really a roulette game, guessing with this new Hawks lineup and how they're going to perform, because anybody can pop off for 20. I think the most value would probably be Onyeka. You can't put everybody's lines at like high teens, right? Somebody has to go under, especially against this Boston team.
Man, I wish this 1.5 threes were somewhat playable. I just can't get to it at 170.
No, and if you're looking, if you're looking to do that, that's you create a ladder or a parlay lotto with 3 threes.
Yeah, agreed. A parlay lotto with 3 threes. I could see that. Honestly, same with McCollum. Like you said, the volume's been good the last 2, so I like the same thoughts for McCollum there. Let's talk about Jaylen Brown. You said you wanted to get there on the rebounds. What were your thoughts? You asked me about over-under. What are your thoughts over-under there on points?
I like the under.
I do too. I just want Daniels to play.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until Daniels is in or out. If Daniels doesn't play, I'll take Jaylen Brown 35.
Right.
So I think this will get up in pace. It's not like the Celtics are afraid to push the pace, and they're on the road tonight. It's just that they don't. But there's a high volume of threes, and there's a lot of transition with the Hawks. So they could get caught in a spot where this game does go over 229. I think that's a fair number for this game.
I agree. Just going through the rest of this game here. I don't trust in Derek White. He's like one of those players that are just like banned. Anthony Simons lean over. Don't like the price though. 140s are more in the realm of where I would play it. No Peyton Pritchard. I'm sure there's next to no sample. This was all with Portland last year, different role. Anything else in this game you wanted to talk about? If not, we're good to move.
No, I'm not. I'm not playing roulette with that Celtics backcourt. Not again.
Yep,
it's going to be Simons, but I'm not going to do it.
Feel that. Miss Herway, I don't hate that, actually. JB's under. I do like, let's just wait. Collier ladder, yes, I am a fan of it. I've got a ladder coming up we can speak on. Might be a pair at like 7 and 7, 8 and 8. I wouldn't go all the way to 10 and 10. Now you're just asking for trouble. Simon's
talking about like a lotto parlay. Ace Bailey 15 points, Collier 10 assists, and Onyeka 3 threes. I want to start putting that together and just be degen with it on this side. But I would be remiss to not look at it if we're talking about it, because you know what happens when you talk about it and don't play it.
Yeah, facts.
It hits. Always hits.
If that's the case, I gotta run Collier 10, Draymond 10 assists. We'll get more into the Draymond stuff. You'll understand when we get there. All right, moving on to Phoenix versus New York. I've played Karl-Anthony Towns under his points. I shit you not. I clicked the button and fucking Josh Hart was announced questionable. Not that he's like a big scorer, but it's going to lead to probably Towns another extra offensive rebound or two. Like, I definitely liked it marginally less as soon as that was announced. I'm praying Brunson and Josh Hart both play. And if they do both play, I'm going to love this number. I think it closes well. If they both sit, I might be fucked. So, like, just call it as it is. But as it stands right now, I've got the under 21.5 points. Also, I just wanted to see if this line would go, and it did. I'm running it. Booker went through shoot around, so give me a second. This was 18.5 this morning, but super juiced to the over. And I told myself if I waited, I could get a 19.5 PA under. Do you have any objections?
To Booker's P under?
No, Colin Gillespie's.
Oh, okay. My screen's real small. Yeah, this is the same matchup we were talking about the other day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already clicked Grayson Allen's threes. I didn't want to have the FOMO like I did the other day. So I'm going to take it regardless of who's playing. He shot 20 against the same team. And I know there's some injuries there, but you don't think he like goes down to like 8 tonight?
Yeah, as a floor. Yep.
Right.
Let me get
so
this.
That's the one I have here.
And
then another one I was looking at with Josh Hart being out was one at OG's rebounds.
Nope.
6 rebounds is plus 132.
Banned.
I feel you. It's not one of my favorite players to bet.
It's a good look. It's a good look. I just I've struggled with that exact spot this season.
I'm trying really hard to separate the player from the data.
I know. Yeah, I know.
If you present these graphs and situations without names and just put player A, player B, I'd probably bet them. But once you start saying, Bam and and Chet Holmgren, I'm like, yeah, I'm off that. And OG's kind of in that same realm.
I've got it bet and I've got it released. All right, let me get this in the banner, y'all. I did add Colin Gillespie under PA. You could run PRA too, J-Main. Not mad at that at all. My model is showing the biggest edge to the PA, so that was the number I wanted, the number I've been waiting for, and the number I got. Colin Gillespie under 19.5 PAs, minus 120 at DraftKings. Yeah, OG's rebounds, look, it's probably the right spot. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that. Royce O'Neal, we've spoke about it. One of these guys are going to have 5 threes tonight. Royce had 3 in the New York game. Grayson had 0. What was the game he had 20 attempts? Detroit. Oh, yeah, that was the Detroit game. Mikal Bridges, 3s versus Phoenix. I thought he had a couple. Mikal had 3, but the line is nasty. This is the other thing that I'm waiting on. If there's no Brunson, I'm running McBride's 3s over. But I'm going to wait on the Brunson news there.
What do you think about Bridges RA without Josh Hart?
1 second here. Mikal Bridges RA. And then let me go to my data and mark Hart out. Mikal Bridges. So cool little thing I'm working on here. Share this tab instead. So these are my numbers with the healthy squad, right? Towns is at like just 18 points. I took Brunson off. He's at 22-1. So I'm still comfortable. Now you take Hart off, and I'm not going to lie, I get a little questionable. I bet this shit before that. Keep in mind, they both still could play, but I need one of them bitches at least to play. If Brunson plays no Hart, I don't give a shit. But vice versa, I'm a little sweaty. Miles McBride, I have projected at 3.15 threes. That's if they're healthy, right? So anything outside of that, I'm going to love it. Yeah, I might have to run McBride's 3s. I'm sorry.
Not playing, it changes the whole complexion of how you bet the Knicks and opens up a lot of different things.
You asked about a Mikal Bridges RA.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to be over. I'm at 9.2 without Josh Hart.
Yep. My thoughts exactly.
Yeah.
So wait on the injury news for this one. The Josh Hart and Devin Booker are obviously the biggest ones. So if Booker does go, then Gillespie under PAs. And if Hart doesn't go, we've given you a lot of pivots there. McBride 3s, Bridges RA, and I would put OG's rebounds as like the third choice there.
Yep, I agree 100%. I'm just going to wait, but I really like two of those again. OG, let me see what my numbers are. See if that can talk me into it, because like I just fucking hate him. I'm at 5.46. I'm showing a slight edge. The juice isn't great. I'm showing a slight edge there, not as big as the other one. So I think you're right. I'm happy to stay off of it. Anything else you wanted to talk about in this game? Towns doubles.
Sir.
Brunson if he plays. I do kind of lean Brunson's points over if he plays. Not really. I'm really right with market. Yeah, nothing for me on Brunson. Yeah, we're good to move. Indy versus Detroit. Don't think I have anything in this one. Draymond's assists. No, I have nothing in this one yet. What's the spread? 12.5. Yeah, they could get ugly. Do you have any thoughts on this one?
No.
They're the best assist defense in the league, meaning they allow the fewest. Nembhard's PAs I loved last night. He recorded 29, had a double-double. Don't like that as much today. No, I don't have anything wrote down on my sheet that I actually really like here with Nembhard or with this game at all. 12-point spread. Happy to move on. Let's go to OKC versus Miami. This one's like an 8.5-point spread. Could get ugly, but it is in Miami, so it could be competitive. These two teams just played 3 days ago. Bam had just 6 points in that game. Has bounced back in the last two. Any Bam Adebayo thoughts as we enter this game?
This game is battle of my nemesis. Bam and Chet Holmgren. Wouldn't mind Holmgren's double-double here, if we're being completely honest with ourselves. I did have one click here, and it was SGA's over points.
One second here, fella. I'm going to do some shit that nobody likes. It makes me money, but it doesn't do anything for my content. No one gives a fuck about unders, but hey, cash. I just typed in Jalen Johnson. I need to go back to bed. Bam, 27.5, 118 at MGM. Give me a second. I got to go bet this. Anything you want to talk about in this game? I'm betting the under 27.5 minus 118 on the PRs. Do you have thoughts there?
No. SGA's assist kind of intrigued me. SGA everything, honestly. I've been doing this all year. It's just point guards versus the Heat. Obviously, I was very wrong on the Celtics side the other night, but there was a guard that went off. So who else is going to do it for this matchup other than SGA? And I know the points line's like, I think I got it at 30.5.
Yeah, I think I still saw that available
this morning. I think it's up to minus 125.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to take my shot there. I know what I'm signing up for.
Top 5 defense versus position, bottom 5 versus spot up. I mean, Bam couldn't ask for a worse matchup here tonight.
Nope.
All right, y'all. I got that in at MGM minus 118, 27.5. Hard Rock's also there. Score's also there. DraftKings is also there. So there's a lot of options. DraftKings is at 115. They just moved 3 cents. I already bet it, so fuck it. But yeah, you can play it there. Adebayo under 20, not 21, 27.5 PAs.
I know you hate defensive props.
But I don't hate him. I just can't bet enough on him.
Gotcha. Chet Holmgren's blocks tonight. Over 1.5. I wouldn't even be mad at like 3 or 4. 3 is plus 225.
I'll go check the FanDuel liquidity right now so I can give you an idea of like it might have changed since I looked, but I'm limited a lot of places, and I would almost bet you I can bet like maybe $30 on that prop. And that's at FanDuel. That'll let me bet hundreds and thousands on regular shits being limited. I'm at 30%, up from 10%, which is nice.
Yeah, you gotta text somebody for that one.
Yeah.
I feel you. We're all in the same boat.
Honestly, then though, getting deeper into the like, I was a pro better before I did any of this other shit, right? So like, in my mind, it's like, is it even worth me texting somebody and they possibly losing that out? Like, you know what I mean? That's why points, these defensive props, again, once like exchanges become bigger and like I can go bet $1,000 on Novig at 4 cents theoretical hold, then I'm going to be all about it. Don't get me wrong. And we're not far from there. We might be a couple of months. Chet 1.5, 138 at FanDuel. I do really like it. Let's go see what I could bet. I'm already limited at FanDuel, so fuck them. They limit me more, whatever. FanDuel's about the most fair in the limiting process, if we're going to be honest. Like, their 10% limits are still playable. OKC, player defense, player blocks over, under. What am I allowed to bet on this? It's definitely gone up. I can now get about 200 on this, so shout outs to them. Like, that's playable. Let's go see what you can get if you're not limited. Let me log out. See what my limits are currently. Log out, NBA. OKC. Player defense. Standard limits are okay. So damn, that's weird. Okay, so I must be at 20%, not 30% limits. I thought I was at 30% limits. Oh shit, we lost Chalk. Did I do that?
No, I was getting a phone call.
Okay.
I'm here. But I do have to run in a minute, so I just want to run through another play that I had.
Yeah, feel free, drop it.
I'm going to wait to see if Anthony Edwards plays or not for that Spurs-Wolves game. If not, then I'm probably going to just take Naz Reid on his threes. And I also already clicked LaMelo Ball's points over 19.5 this morning. So those are the ones I have already down. I'm going to have to jump back in and do a rewatch, a replay, and take down your thoughts on that Lakers game. But I do have to run. Happy gambling. I will catch you guys ASAP.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you tapping in, man.
See you.
All right, finishing up with this OKC game. Sosa, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Biz and Better 527. Appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. We have a AJ Mitchell request in the OKC game. AJ Mitchell. Nothing really crazy going on this side of the ball. He did have 20 in the last matchup. I do believe that game got pretty ugly, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. Give me 1 second here, and we'll check this. Oh, they won by 12. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I would lean over. PRs. Let me see if I typed AJ Mitchell in this morning. I did not. I don't have a projection for him currently. Would lean over, though. Would definitely lean over. Circling back here, I see we had some comments in that Pistons game. Just a 12.5-point spread I don't love. Cade RAs make sense. Duran double-double is a good lay piece. I think he can get that in 27 minutes. Nothing official, though, in that game. And in this OKC game, we've got the Bam PR unders. Chalk said he likes Shai's points over, possibly even an assist over from Chalk. Line looks a little inflated if you ask me. He did have 8 in the last matchup, though. I would not bet the over or the under. Would not bet the over or the under. Norman Powell's line sitting at 20.5. He did not play in the game versus OKC this season. Interesting. But they do struggle versus spot up, right? Let's look into Norman Powell a little bit here. I mean, this line's kind of stupid if you ask me. It's not like he's like an ISO guy or anything like that. Like, he's going to spot up and he's going to catch and shoot. And they're not good at that. What's his threes? What's Norman Powell's threes at? Oh yeah, that line itself tells the whole story, in my opinion. Am I running this now or am I running this later? Do I want to? Well, I don't think going back and rewatching is going to help because he didn't play in that game. I do think I like Norman Powell's over 19.5 or 20.5 points. Let me just go to the market and see if it's moving. This is an 8 p.m. game, so I've got all day to bet it. If I think it's going to 20 plus, I will wait. If I think it's going to 21, I will bet it now. It's already 21 at some prop builders at 21. FanDuel's 20.5, 114. The market, FanDuel runs the market, if we're being honest. I'm going to wait for a possibly better number, but Norman Powell will be on the card. Norman Powell will be on the card. Moving on from this game, let's go on to Minnesota versus San Antonio. Anthony Edwards is the big one. Honestly, Stephon Castle is a big one here as well. I don't know. And isn't Minnesota on a back-to-back? Yes, they are. I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure. These are the two Frenchmen, right? Two Frenchmen going head-to-head. They're going to get up for each other. Probably would be interested in a Fox under 20.5 if it goes there and if Castle is out. I am sorry. If it goes there and Castle is in, it does look like it's going up. So I do lean under De'Aaron Fox. I'm just waiting to get a better number. Outside of that, I really would prefer to just wait for the injury news in this game, unless you have a specific read on Castle or Anthony Edwards themselves individually, which I'm not even seeing Edwards lines up yet. So the books don't want to take that shot, that chance. Not going to be nothing official for me here. Nothing official. Charlotte versus Golden State. Al Horford, nothing, although I wouldn't be surprised, pardon me, if he had a couple of three-point attempts in just a few minutes. That would be my only real thought there. Yeah, difficult matchup for Quentin Post rebounding, but you see that line so low already. Another one y'all aren't going to like. I really like Steph under 28.5 points tonight. Really like Steph under 28.5 points tonight. Yep, that's right there with Norman Powell. Probably come back at the end and play those. I just want to see how the markets react. LaMelo Ball, 18.5 points. I might have some interest in LaMelo Ball threes. Let's look into LaMelo a little bit deeper. It's 12:41. We're doing pretty good on time. Seventh and above the break scoring, third versus pick and roll ball handlers, allowing the sixth fewest attempts per game. Now, he did go over in the matchup this year. He had 7 on 10 attempts, though. Incredibly efficient. Yeah, I lean over for LaMelo. Yeah, okay, we keep moving. Colin Kneppel, I am tripping. Let's go here first. I want to show you something. So the matchup earlier this season, 12 assists, only 28 minutes, 17 potentials, okay? They rank 25th in assists allowed per game, 26th in assists allowed per game to power forwards, 23rd versus centers. He'll interchange both spots. Head to head. Oh, yeah, these are the last 2 matchups. Last 10 with 10 or more potentials. He's over this line, and then this line. I laddered this all the way up to 10 plus. On the season, he's over the 7.5 with 10 or more potentials, but we can make this slightly sweeter. We add Steph Curry to the mix. Things look a little bit better, especially when we talk about the 7.5s, the 5.5s, the 6.5s. So the way I played this, 1 unit on Draymond Green over 5.5 assists. I got it at plus 108 this morning. That's gone. I also played the 6.5 for 0.2 units at plus 172. That number is still available. I got the 7.5 at plus 324. That looks like it's still available. I got the 8.5 at plus 596. That's still available. And the 9.5 at plus 1,000. So 1 unit on the straight, 0.2 unit on the 6.5, 0.1 all the way up to over 9.5 for the Draymond Green assist ladder. Next, we'll move on to Jimmy Butler. 19 points in the last matchup versus Charlotte this season. 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Honestly, would be mildly interested in a Jimmy Butler PR under. Just mildly, though. Just mildly. Yeah, LaMelo points and threes, lean over, nothing official. Miles Bridges and Brandon Miller, nothing official there. I did lean over each when I kind of scrolled through this morning, but couldn't decide on one, so we move. Let's go on to the Washington versus Denver game. Is this a 12-point spread? I mean, obviously, Peyton Watson's been a dog. This is a 12-point spread. What? Oh, yeah, Aaron Gordon had a 50-piece versus Golden State this year. I forgot about that. Wow. Opening night? Wow. Does he have the 50-piece tonight? I'd say it's even more improbable than a 50-piece on opening night. Yeah, this game, though, is trash. Let's move on. Last, Lakers versus Portland. Luka out. Drew, questionable. Jeremy Grant, questionable. Denny Odvia, questionable. Jackson Hayes, questionable. DeAndre Ayton, questionable. You put 0.2 units on plus 800 LeBron James triple-double. You pray everybody sits, and you don't even watch this game. You just turn it on in the morning, right? No, but seriously, this one is got a lot going on with it. Luka and Reeves are both out. I think this is like the second or third time LeBron has played in a game like this season. His prior 3 matchups all went poorly. The Lakers played poorly. They are 2.5-point dogs. As a fan, I'm pretty sure they're going to lose. Honestly, I just want to wait till I get some more injury news in this game. I'm not excited as a Lakers fan. I definitely see this as like a liability game. They definitely could lose it. John says Jalen Pickett 2+3s filter without Jokic, Cam Braun in the lineup. Probably a pretty blowout-proof player, so not mad at it. Also, like as I said, Peyton Watson. How could you not like anything Peyton Watson over based off his last 10 games? Washington's fucking trash, so definitely like the Peyton Watson overs. Jalen Pickett's 3s. Are the lines even up yet, big dog? There they are. Volume strong. I mean, 50%, 33%. Volume's pretty tough. 67%. So he's been super efficient. Do you think Sharp stays under 25.5 versus the Lakers? It depends, bro. Because like if Denny plays, they'll sell out on Denny, and that'll give Sharp a lot more room to work. If Sharp is the focal point of the offense, yeah, he's going to stay under. It's funny. Yeah, the Lakers play defense in a funny way like that, where Denny Advia playing could actually help him score more points because he is the kind of player that can, I'm not going to say he's a dead-eye shooter, but he can catch the ball and shoot or catch it, make one dribble, and create his own shot. So, yeah, I think we're going to call it there for the NBA. For the NBA. We've got, what, 2 NFL games tonight? We can slide over there and go over them quickly. First game tonight, Buffalo versus Denver. I did see a cool little boost that was Josh Allen to lead this division in quarterback rushing yards. You know, interesting play. I think I saw it at like +2, 300. Not an official, obviously, play, but I just thought that might be interesting. Josh Allen rushing yards over. Don't hate it with the matchup here versus Denver. 46 in the matchup they had last year, which would have been in the playoffs as well. 26th in passing attempts allowed, 15th in interceptions, 2nd in rushing yards allowed, 5th in TDs allowed. Definitely not a walk in the park matchup for Josh Allen here. Running backs for Buffalo should dominate, right? RJ Harvey's line is only 53.5. I've seen a lot on the timeline about McLaughlin. Seen a lot on the timeline about his over. Let's go look at it. Because it doesn't look like it's really moved a lot. 22% snap count in each of the last 2 games. 7 and 6 rush attempts. Denny is doubtful. All right, good looks. Props. Yeah, this line's still fairly available. Do lean over here, rushing yards. James Cook, not so much. Like, honestly, pretty difficult matchup. Probably not a super positive game script. So, nothing there. Ty Johnson, rushing, receiving. I'm going to run this. Shout outs Western Maryland. Ty Johnson over 25.5 at Bet Rivers. No, Bet MGM. Logging in right now. Ty Johnson over 25.5. Or no, it's 26.5 rushing receiving yards. MGM. I know he didn't play last week. I think he's good to go this week. I think he'll be, back into a feature kind of role in this offense. Right around that 30% snap. I shouldn't say feature, but second back. Do I want to go just receiving yards? Are they more available? Receptions are pretty available. Players receiving, receptions made. Is Ty Johnson out again? Because I don't see MGM with the receptions made. Rushing and receiving. Damn. Lines are out. RJ anytime. I do like RJ Harvey anytime touchdown versus this defense. Like I do. It does seem like McLaughlin's taken some rushes, but he still had 3 red zone rush attempts in the last game to his 1 only. I do really like RJ Harvey anytime touchdown, -115 at Fanatics. I do like that look, to be honest. Receiving yards on the Buffalo side, really nothing at all. Really nothing at all. Cortland Sutton, 54.5, coming off of 2 stinkers. Might be a good get-right game for him here. Also, is Kincaid good to go? He is good to go. RJ Harvey, anytime touchdown. Let's move on. San Fran versus Seattle. Honestly, bro, Sam Darnold might be out. Like, that's what I was reading this morning. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to call it short. And the reason I'm calling it short is I'm going to go on the NFL show with my buddy Sosa at 3:30 Eastern time. I will be live on Spaces at 3:30 Eastern to go over the NFL slate. So the 4 or 5 official NBA plays I have, Draymond's assist ladder. Let me go full screen here. And I got my camera off. What are we doing? Here we go. Here's the official plays for today. I know I look homeless. I'm getting a haircut in the next couple days. Apologize. Draymond assist ladder, over 5.5. And then I laddered 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5. Karl Anthony Towns under 21.5 points. Jalen Johnson under 30.5 PAs. Klay Thompson over 2.5 3-pointers made. Colin Gillespie under 19.5 points. 2 plays I probably add. Steph Curry under his points and CJ McCollum over his points. Not official yet. Make sure you keep an eye on the timeline. I will make those official when I add them. All right, no stream for me on Sunday. I'm going to take tomorrow off. We're right back at it on Monday. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.